Yo, man, what's going on with y'all, man? You already know what it is, man. It's me, the one and the only, man. Listen, bruh. So, we got a little bit of a different video, right? Not so much. It's still, it's music related, but it's a little bit different. So, you guys saw I had dropped my reaction to the song Zeus, right? A lot of y'all checking that video out. And, apparently, y'all was telling me that he had actually made an official response in an interview that we gonna check out right now. And he just kind of, I guess, explaining some things and, doing all of that. Yeah, we just gonna check it out and see what he got to say, like actually officially in his own words. No metaphors, no bar breakdowns, just straight out of the horse's mouth. You feel me? Or out of the goat's mouth, as we. But yeah, man, I'm actually pretty anxious to hear what he has to say, something like that. So, yeah, we're gonna definitely do this and see what's up. So, yeah, man, let's see what them got to say, man. I fast forwarded the timestamp. Like one of y'all sent me the timestamp on Twitter, and so I just fast forwarded to that point because apparently he was talking about the whole deluxe, but I only wanted to just focus on that one part. So that's what we're gonna check out now. But before we hop into it, man, make sure you smack a like, okay? And yeah, man, let's just hop into it, man. Let's see what he got to say, man. It's been creating a lot of buzz, and a lot of people got a lot to say. But the only opinion that matters is Eminem's, man. So let's see what he got to say, man.
Keep it locked.
Happy New Year. Eminem is in control of Shade 45.
Hey man, Gray Rizzy up here with Eminem right now on Shade 45. Music to be Murdered by Side B. The deluxe edition is out there right now. This song that you have is creating a lot of talking. Zeus. The first part with you apologizing to Rihanna for a leaked verse that got out. I thought it said a lot about you as a man, and you've been on the record about the friendship that you have with Rihanna. But this made it onto the project. Why the apology now?
Well, it was pretty recently that verse had leaked. And honest to God, I told Paul this when it first happened. I was like, first I didn't know how somebody got it. Second of all, I have zero recollection of even remembering doing that verse. Like the rhyme schemes didn't even sound like familiar to me. So I was caught off guard too. I was like, what the fuck? I said that? And that was during early stages of the Relapse record that I was working on. So it's 10 plus years old, but I'm not making excuses for it. I said it and I was wrong for saying that. It was.
Hey man, listen, the fact that he even did that says a lot about him. He said, listen, I don't even remember doing anything like that, but he said that this was a long time ago. This was during the whole Relapse situation. And he was going through a lot of shit, with his drugs and stuff like that. And I think he even said in one of the songs that we did a reaction to that he's 11 years sober. You feel me? So he's had some drug issues to deal with. So this might have been during the height of him kind of out of his mind when he said those things about Rihanna. But hey man, the fact that he just was a bigger man and said I'm sorry and I apologize, hey man, that's all you can ask for, so he a real one for that.
Fucking stupid. A lot of times, especially with the Relapse record, when I first started learning how to rap again because of the drug situation that I went through and having to relearn a lot of things, that was one of those things that it was like, well, if it rhymes, say it. I think that being able to look back, I mean, that's not even an excuse, but I'm just saying that there was a phase I was going through with that Relapse record. I don't know. It's one of those things. I think I just said it because it rhymed, and I'm sure looking back now, I should have thought better of it. It was one of those things that, like I said, I don't even remember recording, but record a lot of songs. So it was like, it's tough sometimes to even, you'd be like, oh shit, I remember that,
Hey man. And I believe him on that. I believe him on that because at the end of the day, it's like, listen, he's Eminem, and not only just does Eminem record a lot of tracks, but anyone, right? If you're a major artist in the industry, you're gonna record a lot of songs, right? I mean, think about it. How many times, do we see or hear about these unreleased songs? Some of these people unreleased tracks, they have so many unreleased songs that they could make 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 albums worth of music. Okay, maybe even more than that. I think, just to kind of go off on a little tangent, I think that when Prince passed away, I think they said that Prince has so much unreleased music that he can make 30 or 40, 50 extra albums. Okay, like he has so much unreleased music. So in this instance, I think that that whole situation that he had with Rihanna, man, he said, listen, I was battling my issues, my demons, but that's still not an excuse for me saying the things that I've said. So big ups to Eminem for admitting that.
I know a lot of people they're very happy and proud that they got to hear that part from you. That apology on Zeus. There's also a reference where, not even a reference, where you're talking about or speaking to Snoop in the sense of he you don't need to be dogged by him. And I didn't know exactly when or where. What did Snoop do that made you put this line in this song?
Well, a couple of months ago, he was doing an interview with the Breakfast Club.
Told you. All right, I told y'all. All right, I said I remember there being an interview. Like I said, go check out my other reaction I did, that Zeus reaction. It was an interview that he did, and they asked him, who was in your top 10 or top 5 or something like that, and he basically said Eminem wasn't in it, right? And to all hip hop fans, rap fans, depending on your age range. But I mean, for the most part, anyone, past the age of 22, 23 should have Eminem in there, okay? But, he said he's not even in that. And a lot of people were like, whoa. And I knew the second it came out of his mouth that this was going to happen. So, but we'll see. We'll see what he says about it, man.
Somehow my name got brought up, and he was saying things about, I'm not in his top 10, and everything he said, by the way, was fine, up to a point. When he I've never said, him saying that I'm not in his top 10 because there's some rappers from the 90s that I can't fuck with. Him saying Dre made the best version of me, absolutely. Why would I have a problem with that? Would I be here without Dre? Fuck no.
And you heard it. And you heard it here from Eminem, man. Listen, it's no secret that Eminem, that Dre made Eminem and refined Eminem into what he is now. Okay? Now, I know I'm probably get some, what are you talking about? Eminem has always been... Listen, okay? Eminem, okay, has always been lyrically inclined. But even Eminem will tell you that Dr. Dre taught him things. Dr. Dre taught him more about the business, taught him more, about just understanding your craft and getting the most out of you. Okay, look at the people that Dre's worked with. Okay, look at the talent, okay, that he's brought out of, his city and even outside of his city. Okay, look at all the list of rappers and artists that he's been around. They all are legendary. So he knows what he's talking about. So for Eminem to say, listen, man, Dre brought the best out of me, that's not a far-fetched idea. Yes, he did. He brings the best out of everybody that he works with. Okay? Snoop will attest to that. He worked with Dre too. So, come on now. It's like I said, I don't think that Snoop meant for it to be disrespectful in a sense to where he was just trying to diss him. But I think that he was just saying his truth. And like I said in the past videos, I said he's entitled to say what he said. That's his opinion. I can't be too mad at it. But, I know the general public, the court of public opinion, is going to, disagree with you, you know.
I wouldn't. The rappers he mentioned from the 90s, KRS-One, Big Eddie Kane, G-Rap, like I've never said I could fuck with them. I never said that. You know what I'm saying? So it's all like everything was good until like you know, it was more like I think it was more about the tone he was using that caught me off guard because I'm like, yo, where is this coming from? I just saw you. Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like it threw me for a loop. Again, I probably could have got past the whole tone and everything, but it was the last statement when he said, as far as music I can live without, I can live without that shit. Now you're being disrespectful for, like, it just caught me off guard. I wasn't ready for that. And people started hitting me up about it, like, oh, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? And I didn't know what to do about it at first. Cause it confused me because I'm like, yo, bro, same team. We're on the same team. Like, what the fuck? And I have never in my career, my entire career, ever said a disrespectful word about Snoop Dogg. I mean, what the fuck? Like, his impact on hip hop, like, I can't front on that. But it's like, at what point does it start becoming like, okay, now you know, everyone's entitled to their opinion. My top 10, top 5 ain't gonna be the same as his, but everyone's entitled to their opinion. So how could I be mad at that? I wasn't mad about the opinion. It was after that. It was that, you know, that the very last statement was like, oh, what the fuck?
Hey, and I will attest to that. You know, like I said, I don't think that his initial opinion, as far as him not being in the top, you know, his top 10 or top 5 or whatever, you know, that wasn't disrespectful. Understand, like, okay, like, he's entitled to that, right? I mean, plus he comes from a little bit of a different time period, right? And everyone's top 5 and top 10s are different, okay? Like I said, that part wasn't disrespectful. It was, like he said, the end where he was just kind of trying to, you know, trying to jab a little bit more. And it's just like, okay, bro, like, all right, man, like, where is this coming from? Like he just said. So, I mean, we're pretty much on the same page as far as this goes. So let's finish this up.
Like, damn, dog. Like, really? But, you know, I said what I said. I addressed it. I felt like I said what I needed to say. And
I'm not saying to choose sides, but it definitely is. It's a song that's going to be talked about for a minute, man. This is Zeus, music to be murdered by Side B, the deluxe edition. Eminem's with us. Shade 45.
Eminem's.
All right, man. I think that's pretty much it. But yo, like I said, man, this was something that, you know, he needed to touch on. Honestly, he didn't need to touch on it, but honestly, I felt that he should. Okay, he should have, because I mean, you've addressed the MGKs of the world, you've addressed the Benzinos, you've addressed the Ja Rules, and you've addressed all these people. Okay, so out of all of them, okay, Snoop Dogg is definitely the one that he said something that on the surface didn't seem negative, okay? Or maybe on the surface did seem negative, but it wasn't all the way negative until the last part. You're gonna have I knew that he was gonna address it. Like, Eminem don't let nothing go from nobody. Okay, if he feels like you wronged him or disrespected him in any kind of way, you're gonna hear about it. Okay, so it is what it is with that. But, you know, I'm glad that he addressed it in a way that was, you know, like it was addressed. It wasn't, you know, super long-winded. Like I said, he addressed it at the very end of the song. He didn't make the whole song about him like he did MGK with the kill shot, you know. But at the end of the day, man, I think if Snoop could have probably took a couple words back, you know, I think he would do that, because I don't think he meant for it to be that crazy. Like, I don't think he meant for it to blow up the way that it did, you know. But hey, like I said, everyone's entitled to their opinion, man. But I'm gonna wrap this up. Let me know y'all opinions down below, man. What y'all think of what Snoop said? What you think of what M just said? You know, and let's talk about it, man. Let's have a conversation. But yeah, man. Link to this will be down in the description below, man. Go check it out for yourself in its entirety. And yeah, man, we just gonna do that, man. So yeah, man. Without further ado, man, be true, be you, man. Stay lit.